You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
Okay, welcome. We'll call the Board of Selectmen's meeting for October 12th, 2022. This is a special meeting. We'll call it to order. Item 1, we do not have any tax appeals to discuss tonight. Item 2, to consider and if appropriate approve a request from Brian Devlin, Superintendent, WPCF, to waive the bid for the disposal of grit scum from the wastewater treatment plant and award the contract to All American Waste at a cost of $449.39 per haul and $350 per ton. Brian?
Yes, we were having the loads dumped at Manchester landfill, but as of July, they stopped taking our loads, so I had to transfer over to Bridgeport. And All American Waste, they took our loads to Manchester, but I worked the deal out with them where now they'll take it to Bridgeport. They're the only one in the area. If not, I'd have to go out of state to have it dropped off, and the cost would be a lot higher than what we're getting the price for.
Okay, just and for the record, this board previously approved an agreement with All American to haul and dispose of our waste. However, with the facility closing and have to change, we could not exercise the renewal rate. So that's what Brian is here before us to continue with the current vendor. However, given the new location, due to the fact that the other had closed, there's an increased tip fee and transportation cost. Brian, this is in your budget?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll move it.
It's been moved?
Second, but may I
Yeah,
make a
sure.
statement? Man, I want to just acknowledge, Brian, that every time you come before us, you give us great background information. I appreciate it. I'm sure the whole board appreciates it, and the town is very lucky to have you, and I wanted to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right.
Right.
And that's for a 3-year contract?
Oh,
I just want it noted in the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3-year
Yeah,
agreement with, I believe, 2 one-year options to
Options,
extend.
yes.
Okay,
Right.
so seconded.
Okay, it's been moved, seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you very much.
Item 3, to consider and if appropriate, approve a solar virtual net metering credit purchase agreement between the town of Branford and Verigy for a period of 20 years with a 3 5-year extensions. And also, I just note, under our town code, Chapter 42, Financial Obligations Review, require agreements that extend greater than 1 year and greater than $10,000 to be reviewed by the Board of Finance and make a recommendation. They did hear this and considered this engagement and approved it, or recommended it unanimously. And also Chapter 75 of the purchasing, where it requires for certain services to go out to competitive bid and a sealed bid. We would effectively waiving that process because of the type of arrangement that is before us tonight. Brian, you want to give an overview of the agreement?
Sure. And First Selectman Cosgrove, Ms. Higgins, and Mr. Dunbar, thanks for your time this afternoon. I appreciate it. As First Selectman mentioned, we're here to just give a summary on the virtual net metering credit agreement that we've been working on and working to come to terms on for a little bit of time here. The solar project itself is located in Bristol, Connecticut. Bristol would be buying 2/3 of the power. Branford would be buying 1/3 of the power from that project, and ultimately we'd allocate credits through a virtual net metering power purchase agreement. Credits effectively would get allocated to bills of Branford accounts, and then we would subsequently have an agree to purchase and sell those credits. It's a power purchase agreement, so there's no capital expense today. There's only capital expense. Once those credits are delivered, the town would agree to buy them at a fixed price for the duration of the contract.
So we net the difference, so the credits will be applied directly to Currently, I think we can go up to 8 accounts. We currently identified 5 accounts that we would apply these credits towards, and those, we net the savings between what we're buying the credits for and what we're receiving off of our utility bill. We've also, working with our Clean Energy Committee representatives we have a couple of members who are quite familiar with this type of arrangement, reviewed the agreement as well. Our finance director reviewed the analysis that was performed. We asked them to essentially stress test it, shock test it, some different scenarios and what have. And I mean, we remained essentially cash flow positive for the direct, the entire project, even if, at the point where we had to stress it, it still remained beneficial to the town under some pretty extreme circumstances. So we feel that there's very low risk to the town and some potential, there is some upside. We are, like I said, essentially cash flow positive for this project.
Correct, and one other thing to add is that the project is constructed, it has been developed and built by Verigy here. It is located in Bristol. We do have everything we need from Eversource to participate in the program, so this would be the last item to check off the box before we can go ahead and participate coming in this next full year, 2023. So the first batch of credits would be allocated to the Branford accounts that the first selectman indicated in early 2023, so that's when we expect that savings to kick in. And just for note here, because I have it, right now we've currently identified the Orchard House, the Town Hall, the Transfer Station, the Broadcasting Station, the Wallace Library, the Community House, the Counseling Center, and the Wastewater Treatment Plant to receive credits from the project. Once a year, you can change the allocation to different accounts. You can change how much the credits go to one certain account. So that is available in a situation where load shifts or you're expecting more load at one facility, less at the other. You do have flexibility one time a year to adjust that. So.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
All right. Can I get a motion to?
Make a motion to accept.
All right.
Second.
Move second. And any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Item 4, green use. To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Branford Parks and Recreation Department for the use of the town green on October 29th, 2022 from 2 to 6 p.m. to hold Light the Night Trunk or Treat Halloween event.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved second. And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Branford Parks and Recreation Department for the use of the town green on November 26th, 2022, rain date November 27th, from 5 to 9 p.m. to hold the annual holiday tree lighting and parade.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Branford Parks and Recreation Department for the use of the town green on January 6, 2023 from 4 to 9 p.m. to hold the annual first night.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 5, correspondence. Just a couple of quick things. I do have a letter here I actually received from, this the end of the school year last year from a 4th grader, she's now in 5th. However, I thought I would share with the board and the community that she had to write a letter making a persuasive argument. My name is Ellie Keating. I am 10 years old. I am in 4th grade at the wonderful Tisco School. I lived on the street O'Neill Lane for almost 4 years now. My neighbors always talk about how our road should be paved, and I agree with them. A lot of people live on my street. Even the people across my street love to come and play on my road because it's not a main road. So here's why I think the street O'Neill Lane should get paved. My first reason why I think that O'Neill Lane should get paved is because it's so unsafe for anyone to be riding anything on that street. One time, my neighbor was scared to learn how to ride a bike because he saw me skid and fall on my rollerblades, and I got a cut on my knee. The gushing blood frightened him. My neighbors even says, "You guys constantly fall on your street." My little neighbors and I constantly fall on the hard pavement and skid over rocks because the road is broken up and has many potholes. I am sure that you would hate to see their tiny crying faces after getting injured. Also, do you want little kids to skid and fall while learning how to ride a bike, trip while rollerblading, or skin their knee while playing street hockey? Well, that happens a lot. This is why the time has come to pave the road, O'Neill Lane. My second reason why I strongly believe the street O'Neill Lane should get paved is because our community needs more exercise. The driveways on my street are mostly rock, and the potholes are at the bottom of people's driveways. People need a place to ride our bikes and scooters. For instance, more people might want to live on my street because a new and improved healthy street might attract more people who want to play and go for a run and get exercise. The last reason why the street O'Neill Lane should be paved is because there is a big fat hole at the end of our driveway. This is dangerous for cars. If you turn into the driveway too fast, driving through the hole could damage your car. In addition, the hole is so big that it fills with water every time it rains. When you drive through it, it gets your car dirty. It also turns icy in the winter and could cause the car or someone to slip. If you are walking and don't see the hole, you could trip and get hurt. I hope that you will take some time and consider my request. Our street is a very popular place where many kids play. However, the current condition of the actual surface is extremely hazardous, which limits children's ability to take part in activities that require a smooth surface. I hope in the future you'll consider my request and pave the road so that the neighborhood children are able to enjoy fun activities on a safe, smooth surface. Sincerely, a concerned neighbor, Ellie Keating. And so, like I said, this was part of a fourth grade project. Received that. I would just say, just first how we prioritize roads. We really look at, certainly the condition, but we also have to prioritize based on location, and we try to utilize our dollars efficiently by addressing neighborhoods at a time. We did increase the amount of this past year that we've put into paving and reconstructing roads, so hopefully we'll have some improved roads throughout many neighborhoods. The other thing I'm sure is everybody's aware of, there's a lot of utility work that's taking place. So we need to coordinate, or we do coordinate, with the utility companies, so we don't come in before they're coming in to rip up a road. So we provide them a list of roads, or they provide us where they're going to be doing the utility work. So many of these roads will not be addressed until after the completion of the utility work. However, I will share this request with the Engineering and Public Works Department and put it on the list. I think she made it as a young fourth grader, a nice letter, very persuasive.
Well written.
Well written. All right. And one last thing, I would just, if you haven't seen, we have sent out some mailers and some press releases. The town has signed up with Code Red as our provider to launch emergency and general community notifications to the public. If you're interested in getting notifications, we ask you go to the town website, branford-ct.gov, and on the top left-hand corner of the website, the homepage, you'll see a logo there. You click on that, and you can enter in your information, your contact information, as well as the type of information or events that you would like to receive warnings for. So, and there's also a mobile app that's available as well. With that, any other business?
Motion to adjourn?
No second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at branfordtv.org.